Welcome to the Nomad Newsroom Podcast, the podcast for nomads, hosted by a British duo with an average sense of humor. It's Julian, Nevin, and Joe Wood.
I love podcasts. Can we start the show now?
Hello and welcome back to episode number 3 now of the Nomad Newsroom. My name is Julian and this is Joe. If you didn't know by now, then you need to get to know. Joe, I'm going to let you take the lead and explain what this show is about.
Yeah, sure. So this one's a bit of a different one today. We were talking. So this one's going to come with a little bit of a warning in terms of some of the things that we are going to be talking about are going to be quite personal and sensitive. Yeah. But it's stuff that we want to talk about because we want you guys to know us better. Plus, we're still
getting to know each other.
This is the fourth time. We're doing well.
You had lunch and with our partners as well. Yes. So the four of us are sitting there having a good laugh.
Absolutely.
Just banter again, as always.
Same thing. And my wife, Kieran, she's actually outside working in the co-working bit here. So we're actually using facilities like they're supposed to be used, mate.
Yeah.
You know,
cool.
So it's great. So yeah, it does come with a bit of a warning today. Obviously, with your story, it's great. I really enjoyed hearing about it, and thank you for sharing it. And I think it's something that we do need to discuss as well. So we are going to talk about a little bit what we did yesterday after the podcast. We're going to talk a little bit about a few places that are encouraging people to move there by giving you financial aid.
Yeah.
And then just generally talking about us and a little bit what's going on.
So I think that with this podcast, you know, we want it to be natural, organic, raw, relatable.
Yeah.
We want people to use this as inspiration to do something that they love and they're passionate about.
Yes.
We're not trying to encourage people to move to Thailand or to become digital nomads. Some people might watch this and just enjoy us talking.
Yeah.
Which I mean, why?
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Our partners were in awe of us talking over lunch, mate.
Did you see their eyes? Like, wow. Like they've been up all night on Mandy.
Yeah, maybe just chewing the face off. But yeah, it's really important to touch on that as well because I was recently asked, do you want to be an influencer? And it ties in well with what you're saying. And the answer is no. I don't want to be typical. That's not the point of this.
I hate the word influencer as well.
Gross, man.
Verbal.
Verbal
vomit.
Verbal. I'm on about real vomit here, mate. It's all over the shop. But yeah, so am I trying to be an influencer? No. Am I trying to influence your decisions in terms of giving you more information, helping to make better informed choices, and understand that the risks and decisions that we've made are open to everyone? If that falls under the bracket of trying to be an influencer, then yes. That's what I want to do. That's what we're trying to do. Obviously, we want to plug what we are doing because business is business, right? Nothing's free. When was the last time you got something free?
Well, tonight, actually. Going to a restaurant.
See, sorry, but I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, well, I could. But,
yeah, sure. So, what do you mean? Like, tell us, man, what you got going on for free?
Well, I have been invited to go to a restaurant to just, showcase the venue on my personal social media accounts.
Nice.
People will probably say I was previously a social media influencer, but again, I always hated the term. I was living a lifestyle that I was really passionate about, and just like this one, and I enjoyed sharing what I'm doing to try and inspire other people.
Yeah.
Which I know it kind of falls under the influencer bracket, but it's not from like the, hey, look at me, I'm going to take a selfie on the beach. I'm here.
You're selling a dream.
Look at my cute bikini,
It is a cute bikini, though. Let's be fair, dude. Wow.
It fits quite nicely.
It does. Wow. But yeah, it's true. We're not selling the dream. We're selling nothing. We're just showing you the lifestyle. And we don't want it to be where it's, this is amazing. Everything's amazing.
Do you know what I hate? Just before I forget it, I hate when people go, I'm jealous of your life. That really, really irritates me.
It grates on me as well, man. Yeah, I'm the same.
Not because I'm like, yeah, I know this. I don't want to hear it all the time. It's because I'm like, you don't have to be jealous. Yeah. The only reason you're jealous is possibly because of the situation you're in or the situation you're not grasping and taking hold of.
Yeah. So are you jealous or are you envious?
Yeah.
Like this, which one are you? If you're jealous, it's like envious is okay. It's a bit of a negative emotion. If you're jealous, then this isn't unattainable. This is what we're trying to do. It's not unattainable. And again, it's not all unicorns and rainbows, which we're going to go into that sensitive topic for you and the reasons why that it's not all good.
Well, let's start with what our average day actually looks like.
Great idea.
So,
Great
for example, we actually recorded a podcast yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
And this isn't obviously going to go out
We're
for
not
a week
all.
later.
I swear we haven't got the same T-shirt. Like, you wore the black one
Yeah, you wore
yesterday,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
I swear we actually have our own clothes. I promise you we do.
Yeah, if you're not watching this and you're listening to it on audio, I had a black T-shirt on for the last episode. Joe is now wearing an identical black T-shirt, probably in the same size from exactly the same shop. Yeah. So yeah, it looks very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what did your day look like after
the podcast? Yeah, so it was pretty.
Actually, let's go from the morning and then let's talk about your day.
Yeah, sure. So like just the day in the life of what a digital yes mad really, which is myself and Kieran. So having a little boy, we always wake up at 5:30, and that is not by choice. It's not by choice.
Kieran has 2 little boys. Let's face it.
Yeah, yeah, she does. Yeah, one just slightly bigger physically. So yeah, we wake up at 5:30, and at the moment I've been getting up with him in the morning because Kieran and her client have just secured 2 humongous clients. It's huge. That'll come down, but it's massive, huge. So she's been working later in the evening because it's American time zone, which again is the negative side of things. It means that you end up having to work to maybe 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's big, so you can't get up at 5:30. So we go up in the morning, me and Indy, we play. And again, if you watch my Insta, you'll see the way that we format his structure as well is he'll play a little bit so that it's either mathematics or it's something, but in a really casual, playful manner. Make him some breakfast, drop him off at school on the school run, and then when we come back, that's when I go to the gym, go to Muay Thai. That's an hour and a half, maybe 90 minutes. Come back, make some food, all right. Which again is such a huge thing. Like you're able to make food. You can actually make stuff that you want to do, which is great. I don't have to worry about what I'm thinking about making. I've got stuff in, make some lunch, and then for a couple hours before we have to pick Indy up again, that's when I will do work. For one client, I'll do work for one client because I'm not. It's just task based. So I'm not. I don't have to be there for a particular time. It's just task-based.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Easy scope.
Good.
Pick little man up from school, then we have like family time. That's when we really have family. We all eat together. We try to eat on the table.
I know when it's family time because he stops messaging me.
Yeah, I do, yeah. Like, he's like, where are you? Like, there's no blue ticks,
Joe?
where are you?
Joe?
I'm like, who is this guy?
Was it me?
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
So we have a bit of family time away from this Muppet. And then, so we have a lot of family time before he goes to bed. And then when he goes to bed, it's like 8 p.m. And then from 8 p.m. up until midnight, I'm working again. And it's probably on my thing, the digital yes mads. I'm either trying to do content because I'm quite new to content creation. It's not my forte. You've been a huge help. I've learned loads over the last few weeks. But I just do my own thing. I do a lot of hobbies in terms of cryptocurrencies, investments and stuff, which we can get later on down the line because that's my hobby. That's where my real passion is and where I like to be involved.
And you share a lot of it on your socials as well.
I do. Yeah, I actually shared something today from someone who messaged me on Instagram saying, I can't believe it. It's 100% up in 1 month. You weren't wrong. So whoever it was now, they've actually listened to my advice, put some money in, and now they've made double the money, and I hope they take it out and they use it for good use. So, and that's like a typical day, man. That's kind of what we go up to, and then we'll watch a film in the evening a little bit, and try and be a husband and wife, which is difficult when you've got a kid. A lot of people end up you just live together.
I think what's nice is that you actually dedicate family time together,
Man, yeah,
and like you said, no devices. You're in it together, family. Even when you went away for a couple of days, you were pretty much just family orientated. You didn't focus a lot on your phone. I know that because you were telling me, and I was pestering you. Joe, come on, got a great idea about the podcast.
Yeah, nice one. Nice one. Leave me alone, man. Jesus Christ. So I had to send him a little sexy picture to shut him up for a little bit.
It worked. It worked to be fair.
It did. Yeah, like 10 minutes. So yeah, that's. So yeah, that's like a typical day for the digital yes mans, and we do get around a lot. We do travel a lot when we can, particularly on weekends, Thursday and Fridays. Sometimes we're taking Indy out of school and we'll go and do something. And again, we just like to live a life that we're comfortable with, ones that we can afford. And again, we make money on the side, not just what we're doing. So we always put it to good use.
Yeah.
So then it's not just for the content, but it's just for our lives. We want Indy to be used to this life and be very familiar with this kind of lifestyle, so that when he gets older, when we're going places, it's not a hassle. And to be fair to Indy, he is not a hassle at all. He's the best kid. He doesn't complain. He loves getting about. He really enjoys being on the bike, So all that kind of stuff is great because we've built it up to this point. So fingers crossed it continues. Christ almighty, let's hope it continues, man. So that's my day. How about you? What's the day to day of Julian Nevin?
Let's go into the more recent kind of life, because I was based in Samui, recently moved back to Phuket.
Yep.
And
To be near me, by the way.
Literally that. It was the
saying.
only reason I needed a friend. I needed just someone's number in my phone book. That was it. So my day here in Homer, and by the way, I've started vlogging again, and I'm actually vlogging today. So it actually gives you a realistic look into the life I have right now. Yeah. Don't have any kids, fortunately, at the moment, that I know of. This is where it gets picked up.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is where this podcast ruined your life, mate.
By the way, you have. A morning for me, wake up, I don't set an alarm, to be honest. I don't have a kid. I don't set an alarm because I don't need to.
Yeah.
That's one of the luxuries. Again, like you were saying, if you focus on task-based work periods, where you go, I'm going to sit down and crack on with this, task, get it done in that time frame.
Yeah.
You can, for me, I'm more time effective. I'm more effective. I get a lot more work done that way. Yeah. Because I do it mainly when I have my energy bursts, because I get certain periods throughout the day where I'm like, right, now I can hone in and just crack on with it. And I can get so much done when I need to get so much done.
Yeah, it's great.
Don't know if you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's just whenever I get it, mate.
All those little monkeys in your brain.
Yeah, honestly, like, I was on about that drum kit.
Yeah.
It's in there, mate. It's just all going off in my...
So, wake up, have a coffee, chill for a bit before going to the gym. I always go to the gym in the morning. I much prefer it, personally.
Me too, man. It's better in the morning.
Yeah. So, normally 7 a.m. is when I try and get in the gym by. Yeah. I've had a few late starts lately because I was doing the event. And I'm one of those people, if I don't get a good night's sleep or I'm up late the night before, that sets me back a bit, like a little bit of a lay-in, but I can do. That's the part of the lifestyle. I'm not a kid or anything. So go to the gym, do a variation of exercises, then go and play pool because there's a games room here. So me and the missus,
You always send me your fucking photos like, oh, look at me. She's lost again.
When it comes to the airplane.
It's just like it's a thing down the queue. I can just see you hitting ball. I'm like, yeah, nice one. You know what I mean?
So we honestly, I've started playing pool before work every day. Go back, shower, have food, crack on with some work in the room. Or to be honest, most of the time I come down here because it's quite nice. It's cool.
It is a nice.
There's no distractions. When you're when you're in a different zone, you can zone in more because you haven't got your home comforts to distract you.
That's true.
Podcast yesterday, we cracked on with that. After the podcast, went back up, had some lunch, I was a bit naughty, put on some Netflix, while working. I was getting distracted, but again, it's all kind of I can gauge it because I do video and photo editing, so I can go at my own pace. If there's a deadline, I can speed up, but why stress and worry when I can go at a calm, casual pace?
Yeah.
Back up to play some more pool.
Yeah.
And then actually into the swimming pool for an evening swim at about 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this whole digital nomad lifestyle really ties in. It's like hearing this, it's like, wait, this guy gets to go to the gym in the morning, gets to play pool twice a day or multiple times a day, gets his work done that he needs to get done, goes for a swim at night.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the luxuries that you can have in Thailand or in Asia.
Yeah.
Affordable living in nice condos. Something like this in London would cost.
Oh, I don't even want to know. You'd have to be giving up limbs, mate.
I think $2,500 a month.
Oh yeah, man.
Easy. If you wanted something like this in the UK,
with all the amenities as well.
Yeah.
Like thousands. Man.
Yeah. This morning we woke up. Today was payday for me, so
same. Yes, come on.
Treat ourselves. We got some food take away. We got some nice bakery items. Why not?
What'd you get?
I went to Zurich Bakery. It's very funny. We didn't actually go there. We ordered it on Grab.
Oh, it's nice though. So
it was good.
Nice.
It wasn't too bad. Then we went up to Viva, the restaurant, to go and get a coffee because they got a cafe in there. Then crack on with some video editing, met up with you.
Here we are.
We're here filming another podcast. So, it's not all, coconuts, swimming, beaches, hammocks. You do work, but you can, when you become a digital nomad, you can really tailor your, depending on what you're doing, you can tailor your job or your lifestyle around each other, and you can have that healthy work-life balance. Like, it doesn't really feel like I work.
I know what you mean. That's what it's like for me. Sometimes I have to pinch my, because when it gets to Friday, I don't even know it's Friday. you get that?
I was on my mate, actually, after we saw you yesterday, I had a call with my business partner in the UK. I was like, so what did you do this weekend? I was like,
yeah, dude.
I was like, oh, wait, hold on, sorry, dude, it's Thursday, we're coming up to the weekend.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Honestly, I lose track of days because...
Yeah, it just happens because it's like every day is the same. And one of the big things actually is the way that I dictate whether you not necessarily enjoy life, but one of the things I always say is when it gets to Sunday, 9 p.m., do you mind going to bed at 9 p.m. or do you extend it an extra hour because you don't want to wake up for Monday?
To be honest, I never feel like I have a Monday here.
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't hit, on a Sunday night on a 9 to 5. You don't want to go to bed.
The days of a week do not matter to me
Yeah.
out here. And unless I've got something I need to do on a specific day, that's the only reason I do it today.
Unless I have meetings on days. That's how I know what day it is. Yeah. When I get the meeting of 15 minutes, oh shit, I'm meant to run a meeting in 15 minutes. I better go and sort my life out. But that's the only way that I know. But again, on Sunday nights, back at home when you're doing 9 to 5, I hate 9 p.m. on Sunday. And I extend, and then I end up going to bed really late. Just not because I wanted to stay up, it's because I didn't want to wake up for Monday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas now I just don't have that. Sunday night,
the Monday, nervous.
Yeah, it's like, I
feeling.
gotta catch up, and it's the dawn of a new week. No, it's nothing like that out here.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy every day. When I wake up, I enjoy it, and my son's there. I spend time with my wife. We enjoy it. We go out. We're doing the podcast. It's great. Like we have a great schedule, man, and it's been very, very entertaining.
And I think that's one of the things I would promote with this lifestyle for someone that's looking to dive into this kind of lifestyle. If it's of interest, really, think about taking the opportunity. If you're in that position where you can, or you really want to explore it, then, I think life's too short, and it probably ties on now a bit further onto what we were talking about life and how real things can be in life.
I think it's, going on to that now, I think what we're discussing here, I think it's time that you kind of explained your side of things and the reason why. So again, this kind of does come with a warning because it's sensitive material, but this is probably the most important thing, maybe of the drawbacks and the negative side of being a digital nomad, particularly what you told me. So obviously I'm going to let you take the floor here, but I really appreciate you disclosing that with me and actually talking honestly about it as a guy, talking to another guy about it. It's very refreshing knowing that you can actually just be yourself and talk to me, and hopefully you understand that is listening, that side of things. So mate, please.
I mean, we didn't actually let anyone know or make it public until my sister felt comfortable. So
that makes sense.
Basically, let's go back to the beginning. I think about a week away before I was due to leave to start this amazing, life abroad, this thing I've always wanted to do. We got a call that my sister's been taken into hospital, and she was just casually shopping in Tesco's with her boyfriend, and she all of a sudden had a seizure, and she couldn't talk, and she couldn't see, and had all those symptoms. Initially she came around, and the paramedics were like, "Should we take you? Should we not?" Fortunately, they said, "Actually, let's just take you in and just get you checked over just to make sure there's nothing more serious." So she went in, and the following day they were like, "Look, we found a tumor, but we don't know what stage it's at yet. And this is a brain tumor, by the way. We don't know what stage it's at yet. We don't know how big it is, and we were waiting for all the tests and everything to come in."
Yeah.
So it was literally, I think, the day before I left. I think it was the 4th of June, 2024, that my sister was officially diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor. And it was a day before I was due to leave, or 2 days before I was due to leave. And she's younger than me. She was 25 at the time. She's now 26. And it was a really, really tough time for me. I spoke to my sister, and I spoke to my mum, I spoke to everyone and said, like, look, what do I do? I'm in limbo. Do I stay here? And everyone kind of agreed that there is physically nothing I could do differently. Yeah. And if I was going to be in the UK, I would have to work anyway, and I wouldn't see my sister often.
Yeah.
So, everything was already paid for. Everything was already booked. I'd already spent a lot of money. Not the money is the main factor, but it was more like, what can you do here? If I need to go home, I can always just book a flight home. So everyone was like, go ahead. I bawled my eyes out in the taxi on the way to the airport. And I think for a good solid 2 weeks, I was in a blur. I didn't know where I was in the world, suffering with jet lag, which obviously didn't help as well.
Yeah.
I was just in a world of emotions, and I part of the move was because I was going to build this new life. I was feeling very down. in myself. Many months before I came out of a relationship, a 5-year relationship at the beginning of the year, and I was feeling just low in general towards the end of the relationship. So I was trying to, go out, start this new life, become fit and healthy, and get this old inner Julian that has now sort of resurfaced again, and get my personality back. And I, as time went on, we learnt more about it, and unfortunately, I can't remember what grade it is, but my sister's got anywhere between 3 to 8 years, I reckon, for her to have a good life. So, the moral of this is you just do not know what is going to happen.
True, man. It's
and
so true.
You, no one would have ever thought that, at 25,
Imagine getting that news at 25, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've all come to terms with it now, and I'm still probably a bit too optimistic that there will be some treatment soon. I mean, the world of AI is changing so much.
True.
There is already treatments out there, and I've tried encouraging my sister to go through, certain avenues using social media to try and find someone that might be willing to accept her onto a clinical trial.
Yeah.
And there's it's very hard with brain tumors to treat them, but there's something they can do now. I can't remember the name of the surgery, but they can actually inject, I think it's blood cells into the parts of the brain, and it's cured a few people.
Yeah.
So there's things that we're exploring, but it's also part of the realistic life that just because you're going to start this new life, things aren't always going to go smoothly.
Life itself doesn't stop.
Honestly, 2 months ago, one of my relatives died. I don't want the family don't want them to know who.
Yeah.
But someone sort of second or third in the line. Then my nan, who had Alzheimer's for 7 years, she passed away, I think, about 6 weeks ago. That was expected, and so was it with my other family member. They had asbestos poisoning from when they were working on site young.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
the tough thing when I left the UK was having to say goodbye, because I knew then and there that was it.
Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of people again. Like you're going to see people again.
I knew that when I said goodbye last time, I meant it. So
that's so rough.
It is, and my dad's kind of lifestyle choices, but my dad had a heart attack about 2.5 months ago. He's doing good now. He's doing good. He's exercising. He's actually got a strong heart. It was mainly to do with clogged arteries.
Okay.
So he's fortunately, he's doing much better. He's had a couple of stems put in.
Yeah.
But being on the other side of the world, things are out of your control, and you have to accept that if you also want to go for this life, everyone thinks is amazing.
Yeah.
You also have to remember that you're sacrificing friends and family at the same time.
Dude, it's the biggest thing. And that, again, that is the biggest thing. Like, if you're close to your family, friends, you've got to give it up.
Yeah.
And you've got to appreciate that actually some of those friends probably won't be your friends in a few years because they stay on the same path and you go on this other one and they just never intertwine again. It's just, you become different people.
And that's natural,
It is.
Friends do come and go, and the ones that are meant to stick with you will stick with you.
100%.
And I always talk to my best mate in the UK, Josh. We're always speaking, having banter. My mate Dan in Singapore.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to have so many amazing friends I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
We are scattered across the globe, but we do keep in touch one way or another.
Yeah.
So it is nice, and you do appreciate those friendships even more because you realise that the distance between you. And the friendship and the bond that you still have,
it's still
doesn't
there.
affect it. It's still there.
It's like what my brother says, actually. He says, real recognizes real.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need. It doesn't matter where you are, how far it's been, how long it's been. It doesn't matter. It's always real, man. But I mean, again, thanks for sharing that. So that's so rough, mate. Honestly, that's really, really rough.
Yeah.
But it is. That's what it is, I suppose. But
life is, and fortunately, she's doing good. She's had chemo and all the treatments so far, and fortunately for her, she didn't really lose much of her hair, so she didn't have to take it off, which is great. So she loves her makeup, her fake tanning, and nails and everything.
Complaining about it. And the thing is, I was saying to him, it's probably a good thing you didn't stay there, because you would have been unbearable. Dude, she'd have been like, you know what, fucking bring it on, mate. This guy is doing my nutting.
No, I talked to my sister. I have a very good relationship with my sister, and I think. Out of all my family, I am probably the best at researching and looking up information.
And the ugliest.
I'm the...
Dude.
Well, you haven't seen my siblings.
I don't know, mate.
So yeah, we have a good relationship, and I'm optimistic that it's going to be on the further end of the scale.
Yeah.
And I am very optimistic that technology and healthcare is moving so fast.
Yeah.
So many cancers can now be cured.
Yeah.
And again, if you're maybe watching this as well,
guys,
and you
throw
think
it
so,
out there, man.
well, yeah, maybe if you're unsure of something, like you've got something on your skin, you're like, oh, could it be, or something not feeling right? My partner Jenny, one of her friends, also 26, she was just diagnosed with ovarian cancer, which is very popular in women.
Yeah.
But she kept getting stomach aches and bloating, and we kept telling her for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. And this is about 2-3 months on, and she finally went to the doctor because it got so painful.
Yeah.
And they diagnosed her with ovarian cancer. So if you're in that position, I'll tell you, my sister actually had so many migraines. She was seeing the doctor, like back to back to back. I've got migraines. Oh, it's just stress. It's just this and just that.
Okay.
Palmed off. And I can't blame the GP. But there is a certain amount of responsibility that needs to be taken, because my sister made enough trips to the GP. I feel like that's part of the problem when you're also not paying for private healthcare. It's one of the luxuries here.
Yeah.
Going back to yesterday's or the previous episode, if you're paying for private healthcare, take advantage.
They take it seriously.
They do, yeah.
They take it seriously. They leave nothing unchecked.
No.
Nothing. They will give you 25 tests.
I was quite new to Phuket, and I woke up in the middle of the night itching all over. I was like, maybe it's the bed sheets, right? I do go to bed. I'm mosquitoes.
That's different aspects of his lifestyle now, guys.
Yeah. So going on to the healthcare thing. And I woke up in the morning and I had like a swollen hand, in my strong hand. Right?
So he's been itching. Yeah. He's got a swollen right hand. Yeah. We know where this is going.
Yeah. So we've done all the tests and there's nothing wrong. You just need to stop. No, so you could see like a tiny little bite mark, and there's obviously an insect. But I went to the hospital immediately. As soon as I got there, they put me on an IV drip. They did all the tests. Yeah. They ran through everything. They did a full bloods in 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Immediately.
It came out that it was just kind of a bug bite that obviously was
just didn't bite with you or something like that.
Yeah. But they gave me. Going back to what you were saying, is that they do thorough checks out here. That's one of the great things about the healthcare here.
Yeah, it is. They do real. And to be fair, I don't know if you want to disclose the bill, but when you go all through all this, man, when I kind of first do it, I do like a health check and all this kind of stuff because it's cheap out here. Just do a health check. But then they do all these things. Like, God, this is going to be a bit much. This, and then you get a bill, and it's like stuff. It's just money that you find out sofa.
It was Mine was about £250. Unfortunately, I was able to claim it back on my travel insurance anyway, which I pay monthly for.
Exactly. So it's no big. But 250 quid to find out that you're okay.
Yeah, did the full bloods. They did everything. It's like 2.5 hours. You go to the UK, it'd be New Year before you get the results.
That always passed away.
Yeah.
Then they just
we got the results back, by the way. It's not good.
Oh, you're dead?
Yeah. That's not good, but it's too late to tell him that.
Oh, yeah, you copped it, mate. Oh, right.
So, that's that segment done. Let's go back onto the good stuff. And this, again, just reinforces what we are trying to do and the mission we're on, which is to encourage people to take that risk, to take that opportunity.
You live once, guys. You live once.
And you do not know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen, man. And like taking the big risks and those bold decisions me and Kieran, we're advocates for it. We made decisions that a lot of people didn't agree with, just didn't understand. Mm-hmm. But then that's the whole point. We are not scared of the unknown. We actually really like the unknown.
So do I.
I love it, man. So if I don't know, I was like, I'm going to have to check that out, mate. Give me a couple of minutes. Let me just go and check. But it's anything. And that's what we want to stress on this podcast is, it's not all unicorns and rainbows, but the pros significantly outweigh the cons.
Absolutely.
In the end, particularly in the end, when you get to the position where we have. And this hasn't been, the people that you see here, man, this isn't, we've just been doing it for a few months. This is years, man. Mm-hmm. This is like a decade for me now. And this is the point where I'm at, but I wouldn't change that decade for anything. Have I made mistakes? 100%. Made loads of mistakes, man. Christ.
I think Kira made a mistake.
I do. She made the biggest one. She made the biggest one. But those mistakes all add up. And then it's just under your belt. And then when you get to this point, you become a seasoned sort of veteran a little bit. And it's like, you can help a lot more people. And then when this podcast arrives, like, you know what? It's going to reach a lot more people. And it's not going to be from people who haven't done it. We've done it. We've made the mistakes. So this is what we want you to do, So moving on, right, on to something that's a little bit more in tune with what we're doing here, sir.
Yeah. So get cracking.
So there's talking on like digital nomads. I've got a list here. I'm on my phone here. There's quite a few places. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there are a good few places, countries that will actually pay you to go there to live.
Yeah, which is
Can you imagine
being
that?
paid to get to move to another
Yeah,
country.
it's crazy. So let's run through one of them here. Italy. Do you like Italy?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't like Italy?
doesn't?
You like pasta? I like pasta.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Pasta.
Pizza and pasta. They got anything else?
Sorted. I don't know.
That's it. No, fair enough. But I was doing some research, man, and it's mainly small towns, but like Sicily, Sardinia, and Calabria, right? So they're actually selling houses for as little as a euro.
I've seen this.
A euro, just turning up with a euro.
I believe that like some of the requirements are that you do need the capital to prove that you can like
renovate the place. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So, but again, these are opportunities. Again, people might not know this, but you could go to Sicily with a euro in your pocket, buy a house, renovate it, and live there.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine turning up in your Air Max 95s, mate. Your cap. Like, all right, mate. Oi. Sicily's all right, innit? You know what I mean? So yeah, there's stuff like that. But to go a bit further, like for new residents in a place called Abruzzo, they offer 44,000 euros for people under 30 to relocate there, but to start a business there.
Well, that's me and you out of the question, but that sounds
Well,
awesome.
that's fine. I'm not gonna
Relocate and start a business. I mean, winner.
Yeah,
44,000.
44,000 euros.
What you can do with 44,000 if you're savvy enough, and you know what to do.
Imagine how much pizza you could buy with that. Right?
I moved abroad. I used the money, but I bought pizza.
Yeah. They named a pizza after me, And then just another one as well. Honestly, guys, there's a huge list here, so I would really stress, just find out that I'm sure there's strict criteria, but a lot of you will meet this criteria,
Yeah.
And to get paid there, you don't have to do what we've done on a foreign back. They're going to give you money for it. But like Greece as well, they like new residents, 500 euros a month for 3 years, free housing and support with food and your necessities, and they're targeting young families and skilled workers.
Right, okay.
So that, again, in line with the family aspect as well, man.
And there's loads of families that are probably in the position of not being able to do something
Yeah.
like that because they haven't maybe got the financial means in the UK, for example.
Yeah.
And maybe this gives them the opportunity.
Exactly.
Maybe they have just enough money to be able to move there if they meet requirements.
Yeah, then you can do that. So the opportunities are out there. So there's a lot of countries and places that are really incentivizing people to go there because they need people like us, like you, to go there and just be part of their community and keep it thriving, keep it going and stuff like that. So I strongly recommend, guys, if you can, go out there, find out if you meet any requirements, the criteria, and just have a look at it.
And all the places that you've mentioned are European based.
Yeah, so it's not far.
Which is not far. So if you're a young family and you are worried about taking the leap and you're not sure whether you're going to like the move, then at least you're not too far from home, or depending on where you're from.
Exactly. Skegness is quite far for some. That's quite far. Blackpool was. That's. I'm just saying, man. It's quite far.
So comparing it to there are some places in Asia. So comparing it to moving to Asia, or maybe South America. I think
South America's another one.
I think Colombia or maybe
Colombia's doing it. Belize are doing it, and Japan actually.
I think single men, Japan are doing it the most.
Yes, they are. Because their birth rate is declining at a rapid rate, right? So if you're a horny individual out there, male, like us too, but Japan are actually paying for single men to go out there to basically
reproduce,
shag them. Like that's basically what's going on here. Sorry for like how blunt that is, but they're paying people to go out there and just sling it about a bit, mate. You know what I mean? So
it's
there's that, and that's Japan.
And people wouldn't believe that. I'm sorry if I watching this and like, nah, no way.
It's a visa. It's not just an incentive. There's a visa dedicated.
It's incentivized to move there to actually reproduce.
Because they're
a lot of guys are good at that.
Mate, look.
But you have to stick around.
There's a requirement of 5 minutes or over. So a lot of you won't qualify. Including myself. But that's crazy. Imagine that, going to Japan, you actually go. Imagine getting stamped. At the passport, they'll be like, visa.
It's like, They're like,
boom.
thank you for saving the nation.
Do you get a red carpet salute as you're walking in? Oh, mate. So guys, go to Japan, shag some women, and get a visa. So we should have covered that in the visas last
Yeah,
time.
we should have done actually. Yeah, would have been better.
But yeah, so that's great. So there's loads of things like that out there, guys, that I would strongly recommend that you just check out and just have a look at it. You just never know. You never know. If you're in the cusp of not knowing or a little bit unsure, just check it out. It might. If you don't work out, you can always go home.
That's it. You can.
You can always go home.
And I'm always telling my friends in the UK that have properties. I'm like, look, just rent it out.
Yeah.
You'll still be in a good position if you have to come back.
Yeah, exactly. That I would strongly agree with that, man. So yeah, that's the information side of things. I think that's covered.
Yeah.
So
that's a bit of news. Now back
onto the So we've actually got a few questions. We've already answered a few actually, but we got a few questions from the previous one that I thought I'd raise out there. One of them being,
I don't know what these are, by the way. Know one of them.
Don't look then.
Go on.
Cheat. So
you've had time to rehearse.
I have, yeah, in the mirror. You want to see it, man? I'm actually getting good. We're actually just discussing. We're in Homer. There's another Homer here in Krungthai further north, and they're actually recruiting for 40 or 50 extras because they're doing a short film up there, and they're looking for scruffy people. I thought we'd be all right.
I've just got to work on it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. I'm fully in it, mate. I'm just gonna turn up and get cast.
I'm just gonna start cutting holes in my clothes.
Yeah, mate, yeah. I'm just gonna I don't know. I need bad breath or something. I need to sort that out. So yeah, the question is one skill. What one skill, and I added trait here, but one skill or trait do I need before taking the plunge? So this person is on the cusp of making this decision, but they want to know a skill or trait that is really going to take them far. So what would you say?
So when you this is actually the one that you mentioned before the show.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said this, the first thing I thought of was you don't need a skill.
Agreed.
To a certain degree.
Yeah.
You just need the trait, the potential and the confidence to say, right, you know what? I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to say goodbye to family and friends, to the things I'm familiar with at home. I'm going to say goodbye to that job. I've either got money in savings or I've got this ambition to become a solopreneur and start my own digital marketing business or whatever it is. You've got to have that trait in the first place before the skill.
Yes.
If you have a skill, great. You can use it as leverage because, let's face it, most people in the UK have a skill.
Yes.
I've got all mates in different trades. They've got skills, but have they got the trait?
Yeah.
To be honest, no. And I can appreciate that and understand that. And some people don't want to as well, which is the other
cool. That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, I think if it sounds like your mate is kind of in limbo. So I think deep down he wants to, but he just needs.
Man.
Yeah, and
there is fear, of course. It's natural to have fear. Because one thing I would say on top is I completely agree with you. Have the trait and confidence to put yourself in positions to understand the skills that are required to then learn them, right? Rather than having the skill and then trying to find it. Because how often do you say, "Oh, it's wasted talent"? You hear it so often. It's just wasted talent because they didn't push themselves there. Like the best advice I gave this person is, over the course of time, and if I could give any advice, there's two things. One is you need to start learning how to spot and understand when an opportunity arises.
Yeah, mate, you hit the nail on the head there.
People just let you go by, or they see the negatives and don't see anything beyond it because that's just ingrained in you to see the negative. But try and start seeing opportunities a little bit more. But then the second thing is have the balls to take it.
Yeah.
Like have the cojones to actually say, you know what, I'm going to go for this.
Yeah.
Because then they're the people that you meet, and then it's such a small world. It's like, oh, Christ, you're from England. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, no. And that's how it works. Like, that's how we found this podcast.
It also builds up a level of confidence if you can see opportunities and you become more of a risk taker.
Yeah.
And I think people see that within you.
Yeah.
When people see the confidence that you have in your individual self, your own skills and abilities.
Yeah.
This goes back to episode 1, actually, where we were talking about, having faith in your own skills and abilities to be able to sell yourself.
Yes.
You're not selling your skill set. So you're selling yourself.
Your aura. You're selling your aura, man. Like your vibe, that's what you're selling.
It's like at the moment for Co-Workly, we're trying to raise capital and most of the VCs don't really care about the business model at first.
Yeah.
They care about the individual. A lot of VCs and investors want to meet the people running the company
First.
We have to do intro videos talking, to the camera and they want to see what you're like and your personality. Can you talk to a camera confidently?
Yeah.
Because if you can't talk to a camera confidently,
Yeah.
how are you going to talk to anyone else?
Multi-millionaire VCs, good luck.
Exactly. So, I think your friend sounds like he's willing to take the risk, but he's still a bit nervous. Do you know if he's looking at living off savings, or is he?
I don't know, to be fair. I think the savings is definitely the option. He's in like a 9 to 5. Like, it's a decent job.
Yeah.
It's a decent job, but I think the aspect that he's seen is the freedom again.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking at, and I think that's where he's a little bit hesitant. Because again, when you've been in 9 to 5 for, I don't know, 20 years,
Yeah.
like to not then have that stability of knowing you're going to get paid at the end of the month, it is scary. And it's meant to be, though. It's meant to be scary. I've said it before. I think I said it in the first episode. Nothing grows in the comfort zone. So if you want to grow, you've got to step outside of it, guys.
Yeah.
You've got to take that gamble.
You've got to learn to take the risk and be comfortable with the fact that you might not earn as much money 1 month.
Yeah.
Or you might earn zero.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had months out here where I've earned, very little, and it's like, I'm at the point where I'm still fresh to like being full time in Thailand, and it's like I still had it in my mind up until a couple of months ago that there is a very slim chance I might need to go back to the UK for a bit.
Yeah.
I actually started to message people back in the UK that I have connections with and say, hey, have you got any work at the moment? Looking at coming back for a bit. And I know I have some international school photography taking place next month.
Yeah.
And I know that will keep me going again for a little longer. So I was looking at maybe going home, doing some work for a couple of months, then, not starting again, but having another attempt.
Yeah, sure.
Fortunately, something, an opportunity from a Facebook group like I talked about.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about in the next podcast, because you'll be coming back, won't you?
Yeah.
From when you come back on the next podcast, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll do another podcast now next week anyway, but we can talk more about that and the opportunity.
100%.
But again, I saw an opportunity.
Yeah.
And
yes, there we go.
I didn't know if I was going to get paid, because it was like, okay, can you start now? Can you do everything immediately?
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, sure. And I had zero evidence that I was actually going to get any kind of payment or things are going to work out. And it's like, right now I'm in the position where I can't really say no.
Yeah.
So what else have I got to lose?
Yeah.
And that's the same, if you're looking at moving away from the UK or anywhere else, then what have you got to lose? If you've got a home or if you've got a house and you've got a mortgage on it, can you rent it out? Are you going to be, breaking even or making perhaps a little bit of extra money that you can put into a safety box or
exactly, like rainy day fund or return fund.
Yeah, exactly. And always use that to move back to the UK or something.
Exactly. Yes.
So
that's actually really good how it tied in there, because again, it was that opportunity, you just took it.
Yeah.
But that happens again, man. Like an opportunity, so you knew that was going to come on. But again, when am I going to get paid for this? But then even if you don't get paid for it, it's like, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, who the hell is this? Like, who are you?
Who am I
Like,
just being
what
scammed
else?
by?
Yeah. Basically.
I believed it so much, I was willing to do it then and there.
And then now, all of a sudden, it's a Ponzi. Like, what's going on? But yeah, like taking those opportunities, or understanding it as an opportunity. Identifying the opportunity. Like, is it an opportunity? And then taking it.
Yeah.
They're the best thing. Yeah. So that's great. So hopefully he's taking that
advice for your friends. Take the risk.
Yeah, 100%. That's
take
great.
The risk. Otherwise you're going to go through life and there's always going to be that I wish I had, or what if I had.
Yes.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen down the line. Like I said, like we've already discussed
today.
If you get to that point where it's like it's too late and you can't.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. Yeah, you're not going to be buried with money, guys.
Yeah.
You're not going to be buried with money.
You don't take anything with you.
Yeah, you don't take anything with you. But I'd rather be that interesting person that has a story about something than not. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's great. That was great. So I hope you've done that. Yeah, really.
Now I genuinely don't know the rest. So go on.
Yeah. So the last one, we've covered the other two, but the last one is another person reached out. I didn't know this person. They just reached out to me on Insta, and they said, I want to start online, but I'm not sure where to start. One little bit of advice can you give me to help?
What little bit of advice can you give me? Don't know where to start. It depends. There's so many angles that this could mean. Do they mean don't know where to start about moving abroad? Where do I go?
I think let's take it as they want to go online. They want to start remote work. Let's take that aspect of it. Like, where would you start?
Personally, I would start to look at jobs that are a bit more protected from AI, because that's a real thing, and employers are looking at ways that cutting costs and so on. So some jobs are at risk. So I would look at some of those. But if you really want to get online and you don't want to learn another skill, then start with something like maybe data entry, customer service.
Yeah.
Over this way, you might be able to get a nighttime customer service role in the UK.
Yeah.
So you're doing relatively normal-ish hours. You would still have some kind of difference here. but at least you get the lifestyle you want, even if it's part-time. Like you said, you only need £1,000 here just to get started. So if you can find a job like that, then great. I think
that's a good thing.
Customer service-based
roles would be good. Yeah, see, that's interesting because I like your aspects. It's like, for me, when I saw that, I was like, right, where do I start? For me, it wasn't the job initially. It was like, you need to know what you're getting into first. So, for example, I'm just going to plug it, but with our starter pack, it'll give you, do you want it? So you're going to go online, okay? So are you going to start a business? Are you going to be self-employed? Are you going to have a limited company? Like, for me, that's where you got to start. And then also with your CV, is your CV readable online? And then make it so that you are on the echelons of, you're not in this weight of just shit CVs that no one cares about. You then become the top maybe sort of 2-5% bracket of that actually stands out, where you're more likely to then get the job. So that's what I would say, is maybe start there first, see where you want to go, and then go into the online world.
I think you can go either way from that, because if you are really passionate about wanting to do this and you just want to get away from wherever you are, then look for a job that
you can go straight into it. Dive straight in.
But obviously, long term, that might not be something you want to do or you're skilled for. So that's when your document and your advice also comes in handy, because if you just get away from that situation and you're going to be happier somewhere else and you're going to do what you want to be doing, you can then follow up with, okay, let's look at the bigger picture, which is, how do I make this sustainable? How do I
the longevity aspect of it? That's the thing.
I think you can start either way. It's down to the individual. Some people just want to get out. Some people want
it's true. I completely agree. That's why it was quite interesting. That was good, because I wasn't sure where you would go with that one. So
See, I'm the kind of person that would just be like, do you know what? Find a job.
Give me a job.
That was it. That was. Excuse me. So my way of doing it was the most sketchy way. By doing it the way that you're suggesting is definitely a more calculated and more or less of a risk.
Maybe risk averse, I would say. But again, it works both. It does work both ways.
It works on an individual basis. I met this guy in Bali. We became good friends. He put me in touch with a financial advisor based here in Thailand, and that's how I secured my first kind of international role with a financial advisor out here in Asia.
There you go.
And it's all because I met a guy in Bali and became good friends with him. So
there you go.
It's those kind of opportunities that can help you stay out here long term. So once you've got something going and you've got momentum and you've got some work, then great. But if you can find a job before you leave, then
even better. Yeah, I agree. Nice one. That's actually really, really good. I hope that was helpful for people, because it kind of shows that there isn't just one way of doing it. Like low as it. 100%. All right, Brill. So they're the questions. So let's go into the last segment then. We did talk in the last podcast a couple more travel tips or hacks or something like that. So you wanted to touch on it again. I do have two more. One of them is from Kieran. So I don't know if you have one that you want to share.
So one of mine I've always told people to do is take a water bottle with you to the airport, because on the planes I find they never give you enough water.
You can take. What's that about?
I don't know, it's stupid. But you can take a water bottle through with you, because obviously you can't take it full. But you can take a water bottle, and most airports have their refillable machines. And if you're on a long haul flight, I always just say, hey, can you fill up the water bottle? And they do.
Yeah, that's
because customers.
So they're going to say, no.
Oh, sorry. Have a little glass.
Stay dehydrated, okay. 32A.
So they always fill it up. So take a water bottle with you. Don't fill it up before you go through. Fill it up
on the after. That's great. That's good. Actually reminds me of a story. There was a woman who took a bottle of ice. Now, question: do you think she should be allowed through with a bottle of ice because it's not a liquid, or not? What are your thoughts on it?
I don't think so.
No. I thought it was genius.
It's genius. Don't get me wrong. It's a clever way of manipulating it.
But a bottle of water.
Equally, I guess it's the safety aspect of, well, what could also be in there? Could she have frozen
electrolytes?
So,
isotope. But I like got it though. It's great. And so from Kieran's perspective, as a woman traveling around, hot countries, Asia and all that, she has like gorgeous hair, man. Protect your hair.
She does.
Protect your hair. All right. You said that a little bit too intimately. Oh my
It's
God.
one of those I've been working on in the room. I've been waiting for this moment. I just needed it to happen in the mirror. Right, when he says this, when he talks about Kieran's hair.
Don't come across too much, but make sure you say something. Be supportive, not creepy. But yeah, protect your hair. Like sunscreen for your hair is an absolute must. Because to be fair, having traveled around Asia and these hot countries, my hair was an absolute fucking mess. It wasn't healthy at all, man. So yeah, that's a huge one actually, particularly if you're traveling around. Just protect your, obviously get a hat, obviously, but protect your hair, protect your hair. And the other one, this was mine, and the reason why I say this is because it just broke so much ice. Carry a deck of cards.
That's actually a very good tip. Although in Thailand, they don't.
You're not allowed to. Well, it's gambling. You're not allowed to play in public, but you can.
Yeah.
But it's technically gambling because if you don't know, gambling in Thailand is illegal.
So it's very hard to find a deck of cards in Thailand.
It is.
So if you like to play those card games and you're having a few drinks, bring a deck with you.
Yeah, bring a deck with you. Because what I did actually when I was traveling, I had a deck of cards and I got people to sign a card. So like now, I don't do that now. Now what I do is I ask people for a song to add to my Spotify list, which is called a travel list. So then I remember the song for the person, and it just brings back nostalgic memories. You see, well, yeah, bring a deck of cards with you.
So I'm just thinking of the thong song.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Just like you.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that reminds me of this.
Oh my God, it reminds me of this one chick. And actually, interesting fact about the thong song. Did you know Cisco doesn't get paid a penny
No, I didn't.
for that song? Do you know who gets all the money for that song?
My guess is Diddy's involved somewhere along the line. Is he?
Bingo! No,
Is he?
it's Ricky Martin.
Really?
It was infringement. You know when it's
What
a
a
living
greedy
the vida
bastard.
loca?
Yeah.
Yeah, proper greedy bastard. Couldn't let it lie, could he? But yeah, Ricky Martin, because it was an infringement of Living the Vida Loca. When he says it in the song, he got sued for it. So every time that gets played, the royalties go to Ricky Martin. Just full of useless shit, mate. Just full of
It's not going to get you a job.
yeah. Well, you could put it on the bottom of your CV. Interesting facts. Just saying. So yeah, they're my two. Yeah, deck of cards. Look after your hair.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I think maybe we should try and bring some more every time.
We should, man. We should make it a segment, man.
The other one I have is, and most people know it, rolling up your clothes to save on space.
Yes.
So-
Or backpack.
Backpack, yeah.
They go a long way too, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. We'll get some good ones actually. And again, guys, for you,
Yeah.
please send them in. Why are we doing all work? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You do the work.
We're
Christ almighty.
bored of doing the research. Come on, give us something to talk about.
Yeah, give us something to talk about. Leave us some comments, some travel tips that you've actually found work or you've heard of, and we can discuss them and see if they'd work or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
think, we've had a really good session again, mate. I'm loving
This
these
is great.
podcasts.
These
It's
are going well. But I'm not going to see you for a
well.
couple of weeks now.
Well, no, because I don't go until because I'm not going to Germany anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'm actually
not going
so
to
you get
the
to-
homeland.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I might see you this weekend. We might go to Baboon.
Oh yeah, dude, I got to take
Well,
Baboon. Yeah,
But we'll do some more podcasts next week anyway. So these
Yeah,
guys
man.
that are listening right now, you
Yeah,
guys
we're
have more awesome
getting the
content.
fix. Oh.
They're like, Julian's going.
Oh my God.
How's he going?
He told me to be brave.
Back on a walk, Joe.
He told me to be brave and make bold decisions.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Oh,
it's been a great podcast again, man. Covered a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, more personal. And again, for everyone here, I just want to say thanks for sharing that story. It's a really touching moment, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and I really listened to that, and I hope people take that on board as well, man.
Yeah, I think it's good to be
huge.
open,
Out of everything
honest.
at this podcast, just take that away from it, man.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
good to be open, honest, and I've learned as I got older. I'm like, yeah, man, there's no point in holding back your feeling.
Not at all.
There's someone if you're going through a difficult time right now, just open up to someone near to
100%.
you.
There's
or-
nothing wrong with being vulnerable, man.
No, it's not.
Nothing. To be fair, you'll probably find that most people really respect it. That's
They
what I
do,
found, and
they
I
do.
really respect.
As I've got older and I start opening up more and more to people, the amount of like male mates that open up to me, they're like, do you know what? Actually, like, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
And they all come to me with,
Yeah.
I just listen. I'm like, cool. Or
Yeah.
sometimes they'll ask my opinion. I'm like, well, this is my take on it, but at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's up to you.
Exactly, yeah, and it just helps, man. Again with the whole male, we'll have to go into it, but the whole male suicide rate, all that kind of stuff.
I cheered at the wrong time.
Yeah, you did.
I thought you were gonna go
That
like,
was horrendous.
I thought you were going to go like male support. And I was like, yeah, the males, you're like bringing it down. I'm like, yeah, male support, let's go.
Oh, dude, we'll have to
If you're
edit that
listening
bit
to
out.
this, if you're listening to this, you're gonna have to go and watch the video on YouTube.
Yeah, dude. Like, he did like a proper power to the people moment there. Dude. Wrong moment. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you though. But yeah, like definitely as guys, like talking, getting the podcast, just sharing sharing feelings and stuff like that. It's great. Like, I really appreciate when you told me, and I was like, dude, you gotta put that out there, man,
thank you, man. I appreciate
it's
that.
been great. But yeah, it's been another great podcast. We will do a segment next time on, and a few more travel hacks. Guys, let us know. Drop comments. I'll also bring in another piece of Indy's homework that he did at the.
Cool.
So we can all see that,
Nice.
and see how he gets on there, man. And
I think before we end this, we'll just do a quick plug. So as we've mentioned, right now we are doing this for absolutely diddly squat.
Free.
We do not get anything for this. We put a lot of time and attention into it. So one of the key things that you and Kiz are doing is you've got your Digital Nomad starter pack that you plug and push. All the links are in the bios. For me, it's Co-Workly, the app for remote workers and teams to find places to work, live, and connect.
Yeah.
We're doing really good. We had another 5 partners joining us today. So
flying, mate.
So yeah, mate, we're picking up, we're getting traction. And of course, we've got our own personal socials which people can find in the links. And that kind of support can support us financially in other ways. Yeah. But we also do have a Buy Me a Beer link as well.
I can't wait for that first one coming through.
The gummies, okay, right? We've got a few more minutes, I think, before the camera time's out. So, gummies. So we have said that gummies are perfectly legal here in Thailand. We can go to a shop and buy them. If we hit 100 subscribers, we'll do an episode.
When we hit.
Like the optimism there.
You're welcome.
When we hit 100 subscribers, we will do an episode on a gummy, and you see how it goes. It's just going to be awesome. I mean, we laugh enough anyway, but I'm pretty sure that episode should be.
I'm gonna have to wear shades now. And my eyes are gonna be all over the place, mate. 10 and 2. But yeah, absolutely, man. I think we do that. 100 subscribers. We'll take a gummy before the podcast and do the podcast and just see what happens, man.
Yeah, why not? Right. I mean, it'd be funny.
You're just going to see go, whoop.
Yeah, I hope
so. We're next week now.
Yeah.
We're next week. But yeah, great podcast, man. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. As always, love it, man. And stay tuned. We'll be back. We're here every week, so we'll be back.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, nice one.
Mate.
That was a good one.
Yeah.